So welcome to this live session. I just want to make sure I can see me, hear me fine as well. Hope you guys doing really well and enjoying Melbourne weather. I'm just coming here online to have a conversation with you guys. It's been a while since I came online, and we haven't done any sort of live broadcast like this in the past. So I'm gonna talk about something pretty cool topic, right? So today is all about how to get ahead in life, right? What are the things we must be doing? What are the things are available? What are the things we tap into to make that happen for ourselves? So today is all about this, and we're gonna have a conversation. It's You don't have to watch the entire thing, so just watch whatever we feel is right today. But if this resonate with you, look, if you feel that you want to take your life to the next level, you feel that something is missing, and I don't know what is missing, and I don't know how to take it to the next level, I don't know what's there, this session is going to be for you, because we're going to chat about something, how to make it happen, right? So let me make sure that I can see myself fine, everything is cool, and then we just going to get started, right? So give me 30 seconds and then we pretty much there, right? So all right, if you're joining me live right now, let me know if you can hear me, see me fine. Let me know if you can hear me, see me fine, and everything is good with the sound, everything is good with the video, everything is good with you can see me, hear me fine. All right, type it in yes if you can hear me, see me fine. All right, let's get started. I think one of the important things you must know, right? So we all, as a human being, we feel that now and then is something is missing in our life, right? A lot of people kind of wake up in the morning and feel that, hey, I shouldn't be doing what I'm supposed to be doing. There is always a feeling of this lack. There is always a feeling of this something is missing in life. So I call this an entrepreneurial trap. And I don't know if you read my book, but if you haven't, I'm going to explain this to you guys, what it mean, or what do I mean by this entrepreneurial trap. And most people get caught in this trap without realizing it, that it's a trap, that we must get used to it. We must find ourselves, right? Here is an example of this, right? So let me share my screen and I want to talk about this, right? Uh, let's look at this very quickly. So, you are here right now. This is your current reality, right? This is where you are. This is where you are at the moment, and this is everything is happening right now. And also, we all have goals, and we all want to get to somewhere, and we call this future, right? Or let's put it this way: let's say it's a desired future, right? That's what we want. That's what we want to get to, and doesn't matter what it might be, right? So it might be, let's look at an example. You are single, and here you want to be married. You have a business which is making 10 grand a month. You want to have a business which makes 50K a month, right? Or you don't have kids, you want to have kids. Or you have kids, you don't want to have kids, right? So have kids. So we all have this desired future. We want to do it, right? So we want to have this ultimate life. We want to have these goals. Or no house, buy a new house, right? So this is the way the life works, right? We all have this desired future, and wherever we are, there is a thing called the gap, right? And this is most people's life. We start with I remember the school days. You start a schooling, and you start going to school, and you feel that once a school is done, oh, my life is going to be awesome, right? School's done, my life is awesome. Your parents is kind of start telling you, hey, finish this year 10, you're going to have a best life. Finish this year 12, you're going to have a best life. And you prepare for that, and you do that based on your best ability. But then you find out, hey, that was just the start. Now I have to do graduation. I have to go to the university, and then university starts. Year one, year two, year three. And then once you graduate from university, you feel that life is just, I've done that. Then this somebody says, hey, you have to find a job, or you have to start a business. Then the life starts again. Then somebody else comes, hey, I have to find a girlfriend. I have to find a wife. All that is just keep happening, and then you have kids, and all that is just going from your present reality to the desired future. Every time there is a desired future, but here is one big thing. And there is always a gap, right? There is always a gap. Doesn't matter where you want to get to, whether you are here today and you want to get somewhere, there is a gap, right? There is a desired gap in that space. So here is one big thing, and I call this an entrepreneurial trap, and you must be aware of this, right? Our life today is made up of this thing called the gap. We all, doesn't matter where you are, what do you do, we all live in this gap. That's why it's an entrepreneurial trap. Because we all, as a human being, want something. We all desire something. We all want to get somewhere with this. That's why this gap is there, right? That's why we all kind of live in this gap. Let me zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see it a bit better. Right. So we all live in this gap, right? So because of this, most people feel that they will enjoy life when they get to that destination. They'll enjoy more when they have that. They'll enjoy more when they buy that. So it's always something they want to do it. But once they get to this destination, which is your desired future, doesn't matter what it is, once you get to that place, what happens after that? Once you get to this place, what's happened after that? There is another desired future just wakes up, right? So imagine when you bought a car, right? When you bought a car, what happened after a certain period of time, after a couple of days, after a week? You kind of just got used to it, and then like, okay, what's next, right? For your job, right? When you wanted the best job and you landed that best job, what happened after a month? You want something else, right? Meaning that we all always live in this thing called the gap. We always live in the gap. And I think one of the things as a human being, we must come to this agreement that we always be living in this gap. There is always be something, right? There is always be something you wanted, but doesn't mean that you forget this where you are right now. Most people don't like where they're at. Most people don't like where they're at, and they want to move from this place to the other place. They want to get somewhere, and they feel that this place is not a good place to be, meaning that if they're working for somebody else, they want to start a business, they absolutely start hating the job. And they feel that I will be really happy when I get there. I will be really happy when I become that. I will be really happy when I start my business. So that's what most people's life look like. And I hope you started to see the difference, because if you're here today and you want to get to that place, trust me, when you get to that place, there will be another place where you want to get to after that as well. So life doesn't end where you are today or wherever you want to get to. That's why it's an entrepreneurial trap. You must be aware of that. Doesn't matter who you are, we all live in the gap. We all live in this place called the gap, right? When you live in this gap, what happens after that, right? You must get used to living in the gap. You must get used. So that's number one thing. Let's talk about the number two thing, what I wanted to talk about today. Peter Drucker said, I think he said, you can't manage something which you're not measuring. You can't manage something which you don't measure, right? So, and that's why most people's life doesn't matter where they're at, is kind of at the level, because they're not measuring anything. Life is like, some sort of random incident. Something happens good, sometimes things just don't work out. So we really need to be mindful of what do we want to improve, what do we want to measure. So I want to give you something which is really important. So I think if we divide life in, say, for example, 5 sections. Let's look at health. That's one section. Let's look at the other one called relationships. What's the other one? Let's talk about this business. If you are in a business or job, depending what you're doing. And let's look at the other one. What is friends? I think very important, right? We must have friends. What's the last one? Let's do one more. What would the last one? Let's talk about the wealth. For your long-term plan, right? Wealth building. So these are the 5 areas of life, and I really want you to think about that. Is in the 5 areas of this life, is this your superpower, or is this kind of your strength? Is this your weakness? Or the last one, this is a problem. So I really want you to have a look because we want to measure where you at right now before we start talking about something else, right? Where you at right now? Where you at? Where you at with the health? Is that your superpower? Is this your strength? Is this your weakness? Or is this your problem, right? So let's look at it. For me, it's a weakness, right? Health is a weakness. That's it. Relationships. Let's look at relationship. Relationship with somebody, your spouse, your husband, your kids, whatever you want to pick in that. How's your relationship? Is this your superpower? Is this your strength? How does that look like, right? Business or job, where you at? Right? How's your business going? Is this your superpower? You are really good at it, or it's kind of weakness today, right now, because you don't like it, you don't want to be there. Let's look at this. Might be a problem, right? So let's put it this way: it's a problem, right? What about friends? Are you really good with people to become friends? Are you really nice and you can make friends? You have really 5 to 10 really cool friends, and let's pick it. This is your superpower. You're really good at it, right? Really good at it. Just look at this. What about wealth, right? Wealth is, let's put it this way, it's a problem, right? So wealth is a problem right now for you. Right, just an example. So this is what it looks like at the moment. So what I wanted you to do is just connect the dots. This is how the graph look like right now. Right? This is what it looks like. So now clearly we can see that two places I really need to look into. I really need to look at my job or my business, whatever that is, or I need to look at my wealth, right? So now the question comes is, right, if I look at business or job and wealth, both are pretty much right at the bottom, right? Right at the bottom of this. And because they are right at the bottom, who do I start with first? Who do I look at first? And I would say I'll look at the business first, right? Because if you can't fix what you have today, wealth is going to be really hard to build, right? So start with this. So that's what it looks like, the graph from a graph perspective, right? This is where you're at right now. So we really need to look at it. How are we going to improve this? How are we going to take it to the next level? But this is what it looks like right now, right here. So if you want to take your life to the next level, here are some of the questions, right? So what we looked at it is, number one thing we looked at is where you at, right? Where are you right now? Where are you? We looked at in this. This is where are you, right? This is what it looks like right now for you. And these are the things where the problem is, right? This is where the problem is. So if you want to make your life to the best life ever, we need to look at where the problems are. So if these are the problem, this is what I know, right? What are the number two? Where do I want to get to? Where do I want to get to? What do I actually want? What does that perfect business look like for me? What does that perfect wealth look like for me? Or what does that perfect relationship look like for me? What does it actually look like? Number three, once you find out what's the obvious next step, what's the obvious next step? What do we actually need to do? We all know that what we need to do. If you have a problem in health, you know what you need to do, right? You know what you need to do if you have a problem in very specific areas. You know that, right? So number three, number four, right? Number four. Number four is, what's your commitment? What's your commitment look like for this, right? So if we want to improve any area of our life, doesn't matter what it is, what's your commitment look like on this? Because some people kind of want to have it, but they don't feel that it's a must. Most people want to be rich. Most people want to start a business. Most people want to make money, but it's not a must for them. But see that when people have things like a must, things just completely change the perspective. Look back in your life. Look back in your life when you feel that some of the things were, non-negotiable. Some of the things just non-negotiable. You just have to do it because you never thought that there is an option of not doing it. Right? These things are like that as well. What are those things? What is your commitment on this? How can you make this non-negotiable? How can you make this non-negotiable? It's very important to see that what most people do, and this is what I've seen it, and I've done it so many times as well, that most people live or believe that the life is just next 1 year. If they want to make money, make anything or $1 million, this is one big word. They want to make it happen next 12 months. If they want to have a relationship, they want to have this perfect relationship in next 6 months. If they want to have kids, they just want to have a kids right now, right here, right? It's everything right now, right here kind of thing, right? So people kind of forget what most people forget, that in life, if you look at it, life expectancy, if I look at the life expectancy right now, it's about, it's about 85 or 83 at the moment in this country, right? So 85, if that's there. So if I look at it right now, look at this. What most people believe, this is how the life goes, right? It's time and the life, right? So knowledge, whatever that might be for us, the graph is kind of look like this, right? So, or knowledge, you want to put knowledge or money, whatever that is on this side, right? Um, Whatever that is goes like this. We start from here and we kind of go like this, right? Most people have this. This is how the graph work of life. Things just don't happen. It's sort of with the time, and it sort of have this crazy um, growth pretty quickly. Right? Sorry, guys, I just changed that. Just give me a second. I've got the messages just popped up. All right, where am I? Where am I? Where am I? I don't want this. I want this. All right. So it's really crazy, right? If I look at it. Um, Life is like this, right? They work like a graph. Most people feel that they need to have everything right now, right here, but that's not the way the life works, right? If you look at it, life kind of works with the time that there is, they, with the time, we kind of get that. So if you remember, I don't know if you know Dan Sullivan from the strategy coaching from in the US, he talked about 25-year plans. He always talked about 25 years. He said, life is not right now. Life is 20-year plans. So he always talked about 20-year plans. So there is nothing happening right now, not next 1 year, not next 2 years, not next 5 years. He talked about next 25 years plans. And most people live in this next 6 months. They just want everything happening right now, right here. So I think one of the biggest things, if you remember what we talked about, is if you really want to have this life which you want and which you really feel like having it, one of the things it's not something that's going to happen in next 6 months, right? And you have to commit to something, right? So main thing is find out what are those things which you need right now for that, right? If you don't understand it, if you don't measure it, we don't know what's going to happen. All right, I think that was my thing. I thought I came in today and speak to you guys about the entire philosophy behind, if you want to take your life to the next level. Number one thing what I've found is with people who made something, they are one of those people who are kind of committed to it, right? Most people are not. Most people are not committed to their results. Most people are not committed to what they want. Most people are just, want things to happen, but they're not ready to take any action. And you know that what you need to do next. You know that what are the next step look like. You know that what need to happen for you to get to the next level, right? You know that, right? There is nothing hidden. We all know that what is the next step. We don't take the next step. So I think by doing this today, by attending this with me today, if you want to take that life to the next level, if you want to make things happen, the commitment is a must, right? It's not that I want to have it. Yes, I must do it. It's a must. All right, that's it for me. Thank you for your company. Speak to you guys later, and I think I'll probably come here some other time and speak about something else. But thank you. Speak to you guys soon.